think, central, right in front of the goal, there's obviously a lot of goals scored from there with set pieces, corners, etc. Tap-ins, the ball coming in from wide areas, you tend to be scored from that central 6-yard box area. But I think also, I don't know whether this is a fact or not, but right-footed players, I think they tend to score from the right side of the box a little bit. So sort of top left 12 on that right side of the goal, I would have thought there'd be quite a few goals scored from that area. Well, I think if you take on average that most footballers are right-footed, that's obviously a generalisation, but in general most players, because if you get a good left-footed player, it tends to be a bit of a one-off and everyone goes mad about them. So from that point of view, you would look at the sort of bottom left D1 as an area where a right-footed player would take the free kicks from, and obviously the same on the other side. So that area's got to be more productive from a free kick point of view than anywhere else, I would have said, because a bit further out and less goals are scored, obviously a bit further in and it's a penalty. So that area is quite key, I think, to where free kicks are going to come from. Standout alone for me is Ashley Cole. He's turned into a world-class fullback and getting nearly every team around, certainly domestically, he's the best around, and going on to the world front, he's not far off certainly being up in the top 3. And I think so depending again who plays on that side with him, if Milner plays, it's quite a defence-minded player, then he'll get the licence to get into that bottom left midfield area and on to the bottom left corner to get his crosses in. And he's a very intelligent player, knows when to go and when to stay. Cointreau plays for Portugal. He was a star of the last tournament that he played in and got his move to Real Madrid. And I think he's a player that can really mature. And they've got the interesting one is Piszczek, who plays for Poland, who used to be a striker, and he then went into midfield and now playing right back. So if he can't attack, nobody can. So keep your eye on him, and he'll certainly be bombing on to that, to the latter stages of the pitch to get his crosses in. Well, if you base the facts as far as bookings is concerned, that majority of the game is played in that central midfield area, then there's going to be more tackles in that area, and there's going to be more fouls. Obviously, around the penalty area that we've spoke about before, that in those areas just outside the box, that you're going to get referees giving yellow cards, and because they're maybe goal scoring opportunities, etc. But I still think that majority of the work is done in that midfield area. So sort of left centre circle, right centre circle. There'll be a few in there for sure, because there'll be a lot of tight games and lots of tackling in there. So I think that sort of area, when I was playing at right back, obviously I never really moved out of a 10-yard space, and some all mine were in this sort of down near the edge of the box somewhere. But it's I think hopefully the referees will keep the cards in their pockets for most of the time. But I think in that central midfield area is certainly somewhere I'd be looking at.